Hello, welcome to Speed Lab. My name is Chase Wheeler, and I am obsessed with helping people reach their speed and jump goals. Today, we are going over some film review. It is Friday, um, so we want to talk a little bit about the track meet too, and what you do during that time. So, one of the things that you need to be aware of when you get to the meet is that they may be on schedule, they may be ahead of schedule. So that's something that you're going to have to identify and get there early to know so that you know when your race is. And the one tip that I'll give you before you go to your meet or while you're at your meet, excuse me, your track meet is make sure that you are warm before you run, and then in between while you're waiting for your race to start, make sure that you do your buildups in between racing. So that's my tip for you for this track season, the track meets that are coming up. You should have done, I mean, every 5 minutes or so, you know your body well. So understand at what point you need to get up again, do another build up, maybe another two buildups. And then when when you're about to get in the blocks or you get in the blocks, that push out that you do, that practice start that you do has to be with intensity to get you right back into it. And then of course check out the block start checklist so you know about the ballistic jumps that you have to do before, which is one more thing that you have to do to wake your body up. D'Angelo, what's up? Oh, okay, he posted on here. I got you, D'Angelo. Let me add these to the film review portion. Okay, so we're here to do some film review. Let's start with that. Okay, so we got these videos to review. I'm gonna go ahead and just add D'Angelo's real fast. Oh, I need to do that on my. Okay. What do we want to start with first? Let's see. We can start with, let's see, we'll go with Casey. Casey, what's going on? We have new block starts for you. So you tried the checklist. You found it maybe helpful. Oh no, you tried the Don't Get Left Behind, the Dry Phase series. Okay, so Casey was, let's watch the old film. You know what? We can actually compare. Yeet. Okay, so these are two films from Casey doing block starts. She told me she was having trouble collapsing on her second step. I told her to essentially drive her arms a bit better all the way through the dry phase zone to get better, to not collapse on that second step. What's up, Casey? I don't think I have the block start checklist. Okay, I will send that to you. Okay, your blocks look very good, but it will help you deal with. Remember, we talked about this. The position of your hips. These are better. You see how? Let's see. Okay, look at how much more forward you are. Look at the position of the back here compared to the position of this back and how lopsided you. Let me redo that. Right. So the new one looks much better, and it's because you shifted your hips forward. Right. These are collapsed inside of there. So that helped you a lot. So your position is much better over here on the left, which is the new one. And that's what you want to see. But I will share the block start checklist with you. So this is the one from before. Boom, short arm. So what I'm looking at, this is going to be the theme for today too. I have another athlete who does something similar, right? Casey's arms look great right there. Boom, and then look how small they get. Okay, so that's the change that I suggested Casey make along with the drive phase course that we have on Speed Lab. Okay, we're going to the new one now. We're going to go to the same step. Once again, nice arms. And we'll put that step down and let's see. Oh, look at the arms here. Okay, much better. Much better extension of the what I'm looking at is look at the how do I want to show this? Look at this distance from the elbow to the body to compare to this one over here. Right? Not even comparable. That arm swung back much better. But then let's watch this, Casey. Boom. Oh, not bad on 3. Okay. You got your low heel recovery going there. But then my arms get small again. Okay. Here, let's watch this actually. I will show you. Do I have myself doing these? Let me see. It's a lot of film. Okay, let's just watch this person here. Okay, watch this athlete's arms, Casey. Boom. Nice and powerful. Nice and powerful all the way through the drive. Look at how big the arms are. Then they actually get small here too, which is no bueno. They want to keep swinging their arms, but they drive a bit more harder, a bit harder with their arms than what I'm seeing from you. And again, it's not just about you, right? It's like a theme. I'm not picking on you. I'm sorry for being a little blunt, but look at the arm swing. Boom. Boom. Nice and big all the way through the drive zone. Again, not the greatest, to be honest. I don't know who that was. It like came with this app here. But then let's look at the difference. Okay. So again, I do want to applaud you for shifting your you just look so much better in this. Okay. This might be a dope thumbnail. Right. Look at the difference here. There's so much more comfortable over here than you do over here. Right here, you look lopsided and not in position, a good position. Okay, but I don't want to get distracted, even though I just got distracted. We're paying attention to the arms. That was the point of this whole thing. Nice. Nice and powerful. Nice and powerful. Then you get a little short. You shortchange me on the arms, and then look at the legs as a result. Okay, now the legs don't get full extension because my arms are being short. Okay, so that's what I'll say for your blocks. I will share the block start checklist with you coming up. But like I said, you're not the only one, Casey. I'm going to review your long jump film in a second, which I cannot wait for. But I'm going to show you somebody else who has the same thing, right? Which is doesn't swing their arms well. This is not a good one to choose. This might be a good one to choose. All right. This is Sean. I talked to him today. Great kid. See if I can help you out, Sean. Let's see how it goes. So same thing. Look at his arms, okay? Excellent. Then he gets small. Look, oh, look at that. That one's bad. Boom. Okay, he's not driving like that initial push out of the blocks. The initial push out of the blocks is great, but it's not going to do anything for you down the track if your arms become small like that. Okay. And actually, I think you can see by comparison, it pays off down the track. Like, look at the person next to Sean, right? This is Sean over here. I know it's blurry, my bad. That's Sean. And then that's someone else. But look at the person next to him swinging their arms and just gain distance over Sean. And Sean is not a small guy. He's 6'4", right? He should, with an open stride, he can walk people down. But the guy next to him is not only keeping up with him, but beating him, not because the turnover is significantly different. Look at that. They're kind of step for step. He might be a slight bit quicker on turnover, but I would argue that he's also probably longer than Sean is. Just look at his arms. The separation of those elbows. Okay, that's him. Look, and that's Sean. Look at the difference in the size of those arrows, right? So once Sean uses his arms and gets more power and stuff like that, his stride length is going to be insane. So again, not just, I have no idea what I was saying, but we can watch one more from Sean. He's going to do the same thing that Casey is doing. Okay, it looks like he gets to build up into whatever. What is he doing? Wickets? Yeah. Okay, he's going to build up into the wickets, but then look at the shortness of the arms. I don't know if it's to get the feet down in this. I know what it is. I just talked to him. He's so focused on turnover that he ignores the arms, but it's no bueno for him. Okay, here. I want to show y'all something, but I don't want it to get copywritten, so I'm not going to show it. But just go look up a 100-meter race and watch how they drive their arms all the way down the track. Casey, that's what we need, and Sean, that's what we need. Okay, now, yes, long jump. Let's go. Okay, this is Casey. Casey also does a long jump, and I cannot wait to review this. Okay, I'm just going to watch it full. I already watched it, so I can help give some good advice, I think. Okay, first thing I will say, Casey, is what is the first thing I want to say? I think a bit long with. Let me watch the other one before I say anything. Yeah. Okay, so I love that you're exploring the penultimate step here. If you don't know what the penultimate step is, I hope that's what you're doing. If you're not, then you're doing it well. The penultimate step means the step before your jump foot. So Casey comes, right foot penultimate, left foot's takeoff. So you see how flat your left foot is? I want your right foot to actually be a bit flatter here. I want to feel the percussions from the ground from my penultimate step. That means I just need it to be flat. Okay. I'll show you what it means. So this is one of my athletes. Okay. So watch him come flat on this foot. See how flat that foot is? Right. He steps down on it, then steps down flat off of this springboard here. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Because I could see and I can hear the penultimate, but I need the penultimate to sound much more aggressive. Pow, pow. All right. I'm sorry if I just blew everyone's ears out right there. I apologize, but I need it to be much more aggressive, and I need it to be shorter. So the way that so you step down nicely on your penultimate, but then look at how long you get over here. You know what? Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I think you can shorten up that stride a bit. Like step down on your takeoff leg. Don't reach the board. When you do your run throughs and stuff, the board should disappear underneath you. You shouldn't have to reach out and go get it. And it looks potentially like a little bit of a reach, but honestly, you hit pretty well under you. Okay, this is nice. Nice knee drive. Look, your hips keep rising, but then they sit behind you. I don't want your hips to sit behind you just yet. Okay. So Casey wants to improve her landing, and that's what we're going to get to. The very first part of the jump, before you even worry about the landing, my coach will always say, establish your height first. So it's first things first. You have to establish your height. Otherwise, every landing that you do is going to be subpar. It's going to feel rushed. You won't feel like you had time in the air, but you actually get good height here. I just think you can be a bit more patient on the way up. Okay. Boom, boom. You should still be going up in the air, which you are. So you see how patient he was. He this is a springboard, so you know he's going to get very high in the air. But yeah, so he steps down on the board, but then look at the knee drive and look at the arm. Okay, the arm punches up, and he's still going up in the air, up in the air, up in the air. Casey, that's what I need you to do off of the ground. I know you're not operating off of a springboard, but so you see how quickly you go to cycle the arm over. Look, I'm looking at this right here in this. Okay, once again with the arms, a bit more patient and a bit more powerful with your arms. The trend that we saw on your block starts and on your running is transferring over to your long jump, which is not enough power in your arms and not enough patience on the like pushing and extension of the track behind you. Okay. So that will help your landing. Again, I'm gonna okay. When does that arm begin to cycle over? I'm gonna say right here, you're basically already cycling the arm over. And what I mean by cycling the arm over is look at how that right hand comes up and over the top, because that is the beginning of your landing, right? And what I'm asking you to do is be way more patient on the way up. So you can't have your landing gear out while you're on the way up. I mean, you can, but so boom. Okay. And look at how quickly, as soon as you do that, you stop going up in the air. That arm comes over. Now look at your hips. They're no longer going up in the air. Now watch my athlete over here. Boom. Like, okay. Steps down on the springboard, drives up, up, up. Okay. Then he begins his I mean, he really holds he really punches that left arm up and rides the jump. Rides the jump. Look at his hips leading the way. Okay. So, Casey. Okay. Hips fall behind us. So we're definitely no longer going up now. I know you asked me for your landing and yeah. I know you asked me to only help you with your landing and I'm tearing apart all sections of the jump, but I can't help it. Okay. So got it. Good advice. Patience, Padawan. Yes. Patience on the way up. And don't get it mistaken. Like I spent months with my coach working on being patient off the board. Because I had to learn how to go from a hang, like you saw my athlete do. He was doing a hang. I had to do a hitch hang because I was going further into the sand and there was too much time. Like there's ceilings to styles, like the style you have, right? Which is what I teach all my jumpers in the very beginning. And the ceiling here is around 18, 17, 18 feet. Once you're around there, you have to learn how to hang. The ceiling for a hang, right? This is a hang. That's a hang. It's kind of a hitch hang. The ceiling for that is around 22, 23 feet. Once you get past that, you have to learn how to run in the air and how to hitch and hang. So, but in the process of that, like when you think about your landing and what you're supposed to do in the air before you get your height, it always messes your height up. So we have to reinstill the fact that height comes first, patience off the board, and go up in the air. Okay. So what you do in the air is nice. Boom. Look, this is what you do really well is that this leg back here comes up to meet this leg, right? Look, maybe I could draw an arrow, make it better. This leg comes up here and matches this knee. What people tend to do is bring this leg down to match this knee on landing. So that's what you do really well. That gives you some more distance. Look at how you just shoot forward when you do that move, right? Boom. Arms up, nice. So here, what I would like to see is the chest come down a bit more and reach for the toes. Now, this happens when you really when you have to know how to squeeze your psoas to bring your core down. So sit up tall and then squeeze your abs and have your chest come down as a result of squeezing your abs, right? It's not only about the legs staying up there. It's about when you reach you squeeze your abs, it's really your psoas. You squeeze your psoas, PSOAS, and it brings everything together at the middle. And so that will help you reach for your toes a bit better because you're just kind of falling out. Okay. What do I mean by falling out? Look at your legs, right? They're in a great position here. And if you learn how to squeeze the psoas and reach for the toes, you're going to stay in this position all the way through to the sand. We also say be patient with the landing. You let the sand come to you. We don't go to the sand. And right now you're going to the sand with those legs. Those legs just drop and you kind of fall out of the jump there. Right. So if you find out how to look, one thing you can do that's really helpful is to look at your trajectory off the board, right? Another big word there. So what? Okay, let's do it. Great. We're going to do this. Here you are. You know what we'll do actually? Let's do your hips. There you are. There you are. Very nice. There you, we'll go like this. There you are. You kind of reach your peak there. And what I asked you for is to be patient on this way. There you are. There you are. There you are. There you are. Okay. So this is what I mean by trajectory. Look at that. Now let's write it in, we'll call it red and say that it's a perfect arch, a perfect 45-degree jump, right? We'll follow these first three. You should probably be a bit closer this way. Okay, I know that's not perfect, but you see what I'm saying. Like, that's where you should be landing. Maybe I should have switched the colors. That's crazy. And what I'm telling you is that you get there, right? Where do you begin to lose it? Right here, right here. So if you learn how to squeeze your psoas and bring your core, your upper body down and top half together at the same time, like if you know what a V-up is, you could start doing V-ups, like hanging leg raises. I gave my athletes hanging leg raises in the gym, especially my jumpers, and they always go like, my hands hurt, my hand, but because we don't have the little things that you put your elbows in, even though we need them. My hands hurt, and then the next day they're like, oh, my core hurts, because it trains your psoas. So just look up PSOAS. It's something that I need to put on my school channel, and look at how to strengthen them, look at how to make them flexible, and then that will help change your trajectory a bit, right? Because you have, for every, honestly, that's like what is that? That's I don't know, a foot and a half. I don't know what you're jumping. I have to look at the messages, but that's how you're going to end up out there. Now, okay, so finally I'll answer your question, which was about your landing. Okay, this is good, right? You stay forward until your feet hit the sand. Now you began the twist on this landing a bit early because you can see yourself rotating right in the air, and as a result, your left foot drops out of the jump before your right foot. You see the difference in the distance here, right? We don't want that. We want everything to be even. Otherwise, they're going to mark from our back foot. Another problem that I had to deal with, I would say, what's up, edits 3YT? What's good? Keep your feet together. See your feet in front of you and reach for them, and keep them together in that style. That helped me learn how to land. And then you fall to the side and you end up in this position. Now, why do you end up in this position? Is because of the lines that I drew that I just got rid of. I should have kept them. But your trajectory, your energy, your momentum still wanted to go forward, and yet you dropped out of the jump, but you had all this momentum that you can't get rid of because of physics, right? you can't get rid of that momentum, and so you end up rolling like you did here, right? And you're trying to do the you told me yourself European landing, so you bail out, and then at the last second you try to do the European landing. What I would tell you is that don't do that. That would be my personal advice. Would be to fix this where you squeeze and wait for the sand. This is not a bad landing by any standards, and falling to the side is a completely acceptable and something you see at the professional level. If you landed straight, right? So if when you hit here and then your butt came and went where your feet landed, then I would tell you to try the European landing, which is when Casey would land just as I showed you, but then kick her feet out at the end. But the kicking the feet out at the end is only a result of having the butt come through where the feet landed. So I would stay forward, and then when my butt hit the sand, I would shoot my arms. I would reach for my feet. My arms would shoot back, and then I would shoot them forward. Okay, I would gather them almost like that and shoot them forward. And my feet, because our feet and our legs never are out of sync. So that's how you should do the European landing. But what I would tell you is that because you go to the side, you don't have to do that. That would be my advice. But I am an American, and so maybe you have a European coach, but that would be my advice. Okay. Very good. I hope that helped, Casey. I don't know if you're still here, but that was a lot. So watch it back, or you can ask me questions right now if you have them. I did get more film sent in, so what I'm doing is uploading it, and then I will go over that, and then that will probably be it, unless somebody else has film. But yeah, Casey, if you're still here, does that make sense? The whole track book that I just threw at you and said, "Here, read this." Good. Yeah, I hope it helped. I hope you don't feel pressured to do the European landing if you don't want to. And what the other piece of advice I can give you is there's so much to learn, and so many coaches and people who teach you things, and I'm sure that they're all amazing. But if work on one thing at a time. I think I can. I don't know if I went into detail about the story of I had to learn all this from over again because I thought I was an excellent jumper, and the coach that I have did what I just did for you and was like, you have so much to improve. But the part about learning to drive my knee off the board and be patient on the way up, that took like 3 months, that one piece. And then I had to learn how to switch in the air, like step down and keep my hips raised as I stepped down to begin my cycling. That took like 3 months. And then I had to learn how to raise the other leg up to meet that one, reach for, right? So what I'm saying is that like if you focus on like so many things all at once, if you go to one coach one day and they're working on your landing, and the next day the next coach is working on your in air motion, and the next one is working on your penultimate step, and it gets overwhelming, and it gets actually really difficult to improve, like, so that would be my other piece of advice. I hope that makes sense. Great advice. Thanks, edits. If you have film, you can share it in the link in the description. I think it's in the description. Casey, what meets you got coming up? And what are you doing in, like, what events are you doing in them? Oh yeah. All right. Cool. Okay. We got D'Angelo. D'Angelo, what's up? I hope you're here. I helped you before. Now I remember. I know what I need to tell you, D'Angelo, so I hope you're here. Okay. Wait, where are you at? Oh, there you are. Did I already watch this? I think I already watched this. I think you may have missed it, but here I am. June 7th, Illinois. What day is it? January, February, March, April. Okay. You have a little bit of time. You have you have a coach for a long jump, obviously. You have are you on a team too? Natties, 100, 200, long jump. You got your work cut out for you. That's a lot. In the best way possible. That's that's exactly what I did. So I'm a fan. But yeah. Okay, D'Angelo. So this is D'Angelo. I know what I want to say to you now, and it has to do with your arms as well. I hope you saw all the stuff that we went over with arms, but we got to get your arms correct as well. Okay. So D'Angelo, you seem like you have a lot of power. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if this is the same race or not, but the one I saw you on before, you had great start. People with a lot of power often have great starts. You cycled a bit coming off the block, but not horrible. Yeah, you cycled that one too, and that one. Oh, Casey, so you tried the? What did I share with you? I have to send you the block start checklist. I'll do that. Let me write that down. And so I gave you the drive phase stuff. You did those drills? I think the speed bounds, when you learn how to do them, can be very helpful. So if you want to record some of those and share them, I can help you with them. Or maybe you're awesome at them and you don't need any help. But I think those are something that you can add to every time before you do block starts. You can do like 4 times 40 of speed bounds or something like that. I think that would be helpful. I say that because D'Angelo, you need that too. I don't know if I shared with you, D'Angelo. Yes. What'd you think of them? Were they difficult? Were they awkward? Okay. Yeah. Did you they can be challenging if you never have done bounds before, they can be challenging. For sure. Okay, D'Angelo. Let's just watch it real fast. Okay, so D'Angelo, similar problem actually to Sean as well. Like one thing you do well. So these are nice arms coming out of the drive phase. Okay, he's powerful. He's powerful all the way through with his drive phase with his arms. Look at how he swings his hands through his hips, through his hips, through his hips, and his shoulders are undulating, right? Coach Stuart McMillan from Altus has this podcast with Andrew Huberman, and he talks about undulating shoulders. That means that your shoulders do this. I know that looks crazy, but that's what that means. So when I swing my arms, I need them to undulate. Okay, and not be stiff. So let's watch. So D'Angelo, this is a lot of what we're going to cover today is going to be about your shoulders, believe it or not. Because what helps you out in the beginning actually hurts you at the end. Okay, so the reason you have a great start is because you are able to really power with your arms. Boom, boom, great drive, nice positioning. Okay, look at that, pushing all the way off that leg. Okay, this is what Sean needs to work on, is pushing all the way off. Pushing all the way off. Boom. Nice, powerful. Good. Reach out a little bit there. I need you to not do that. Here's what I mean. So look at this foot. Okay. It's nice. It's tucked under. It drives back down. Look at this foot. Look how far away it is from the butt, right? So the way that you help that is the hamstring needs to fire this foot back down underneath you, but that's okay. You look pretty good so far. Okay, so the shoulders, now that you stand up to go, okay, you've got short strides here. Those knees need to get, you need more, you need to cover more ground. You're not covering enough ground. I hope that is clear. Okay. So that foot's kind of lazy, just dragging through. I would imagine you probably need a bit better training program as far as what you do. I don't know what you do at all. I just can see trouble lifting your knee at the end of the race. And this could have been one of the beginning races of the year. I don't know, D'Angelo. I'm just giving you what I can see. Because your arms are nice, but your knees are not really responding the same way as your arms. Okay. And so what I would tell you, that what I said about what gave you a great start is actually what ended up hurting you, right? It's going to be your power, right? You're struggling, you're fighting. I need you to relax. Okay. What does relax mean? It means unclench your jaw and your neck and your shoulders. Release your shoulders from your ears. Drop your shoulders. Let your arms swing a bit more naturally, and this will help relax your whole body. And remember, you actually look decent as far as hip height. Let me see. Actually, I can see sometimes better in like full speed. Yeah. Okay. So relax your shoulders and stand up tall. I would assume that you just need more efficient training. That's my guess. But I don't know you, and I don't know your story, and I don't know your coach. So let's watch the 200. This is going to actually tell us if my inclination is correct. Yeah, you can use some front side mechanic work. I don't know actually if it's your training program or not, but I think you can get some better front side mechanics. Right? You want a large front side, quiet backside. Loud front side, quiet backside is what they say. Again, the drive is not as nice here as your 100. Short with the arms. Look at the arms. Small with the arms, rather, not short. Okay. I know you caught the guy outside of you, but his arms are much better than yours. He just might be slow. But those, look at your arms. Okay. Then look at his. So those arms need to be much better coming out of the drive. Don't be scared by the 200. You know, you need to drive the turn just like you drive the straight in the 100. Once again, the arms look conservative to me. I don't know what happened. Did you like feel like you weren't able to sprint the whole thing? Because it looks like you. Either the person behind you hit a big wall or you sped up. I don't know which one it is. I think you sped up. So yeah, I would imagine that your training program needs a little bit of work, to be completely honest. But let's see. Okay, I hope that helps, D'Angelo. So I think similarly, you need work with your arm swings, your arm motions, and um I need to see some more front side mechanic work, high knees, some wickets, some B skips, things like that. I'm curious actually what your warm up is like. That will tell me everything I need to know. So if you want to share that with me, D'Angelo, I'm happy to talk with you about what can be done. All right. If you have any film that you want reviewed, that's what I do. Here is my page. You can go here and submit your film for review. Oh, we got 90 members. That's awesome. Okay. We have a nice classroom, things like that. So come submit your film. I will review it. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.